This is a type of video I just felt like making. I'm on Seno Ink right now because I think it's going to be pretty helpful to actually draw this out. I want to talk about X-Rank and a certain mentality with it. And this is a mentality I used to have, and I know it's a mentality that other people have. And the thing I want to talk about is to stop being afraid of losing your X power, or your rank, or your whatever. This can apply to a lot of things, but today I'm going to talk about X-Rank. Because I think a lot of people don't really understand what X-Rank is and what the reward of X-Rank is. I think a lot of people think the reward of X-Rank is X power. But I don't think that's true. And let me explain. All right, so when you play X-Rank and you get a new peak, right? What is the reward of this peak? All right, what do you get for getting a new peak and X power? Well, you get to post it on Twitter, but that's not really the reward of getting it. And that's a part of, that's something you can do. I'm not going to say don't post it on Twitter, but it's not the main reward of X-Rank. The main reward of X-Rank and playing it is you get to play with higher level matchmaking. Right? When you get a higher X power, or a higher Sendoku rank, or a higher whatever, higher Looty Div, you get to play with better players. That is the main reward of X-Rank. This is what you want to play X-Rank for, is to play against these better players. Because when you play against these better players, at least when you get to a point when the lobbies start to become better than you, what are you going to do? You're going to lose. When you face better players, most of the time, you're going to lose. Because you're just simply not as good. And this might seem like a detriment, right? You worked all this time to get to this peak, and you just lose, and you lose all your points. But it's really a benefit. Because slowly, when you lose, you start to see patterns. You start to adapt. And slowly over time, you adapt and get better. You start being able to deal with the players you find in here. You think about the game better. You're playing faster. You're learning more about the game. And when you do that, and when you adapt, and when you get better, you're going to start to win games. And when you start to win games, where do you think that brings you? Brings you all the way back here. So really, the new peak isn't really the best part about X-Rank. It's the people you get to fight after you get your new peak. And this, again, this can apply to anything. This can apply to Sendoku. This can apply to Looty Divs. This can apply to tournaments, even. And this can apply to scrims, When you get, like, a new Looty Div, the people, like, a div higher than you are going to be more likely to scrim you than, if you were a div lower. You unlock more opportunities. And you might be wondering, why am I even talking about this? Let's say you got your weapon right here, Range Blaster. This is my main, personally. I don't know about you guys. Say you got Range Blaster. And let's say you got your new peak. Let's say your peak is 2,600. 2,600. But you went 0-2 in a series. So you got 26. You're happy. You posted it on Twitter. You got like 10 likes. But you went 0-2. So now you're in a position where if you lose another game, you're going to lose your new peak. You're going to lose your power. I see a lot of people when this happens say, I'm done. And this applies to like any X power. Although when it gets higher, it's a little bit different. Like when you get to like 3,000, maybe that's a little different. But I'll talk about that later. For now, we're down here. When you say you're done with this, what you're essentially saying is you're saying, I'm done with all this other stuff outside of this. I got my new peak, I'm done. And while it sounds like on paper, it's a nice idea, you worked really hard. You deserve to keep this. The reality is, you're losing out on a lot when you do this. Because you don't get to play against this higher level matchmaking. And you don't lose and adapt. And then you don't win more games, obviously, because you're not playing more games. Which means you're not getting better. So you're going to stagnate yourself. You're going to sit in this area for a long time. Because you never really pushed yourself to get better. This part right here, this higher level matchmaking, this is the most important thing you can do in Splatoon, is play against higher level opponents. I truly believe if you took any player and you slapped them into a higher level environment and just Watch them adapt. That would be the fastest way for any player to get better at the game. Just take like a brand new mid-level player, Div 4, throw them into like Div 3 or Div 2 scrims, and just watch them adapt. And slowly they'll get better. They'll see patterns. Stuff that you won't see if you never play against higher level matchmaking. If you stay in the 2500 range or the 2400 range when this is your peak, you're going to be fighting players below your skill level, and you're not going to see a lot of these patterns, and you're not going to challenge yourself. And that's a big part of the game. Here's another example. All right, I'll bring another example. Let's say we got two players. Let's use a different weapon for this one. Let's use 52. We got two 52 players. And let's say they're both 2700. But they go 0-2 in the series. So they got 2700, but they lost immediately after. The guy on the left says, I'm done. I don't want to lose my power. I'm done playing X-Rank. The guy on the right says, I'm not done. He knows he'll lose a lot of points. He knows he might lose a lot of points, but he's not done. He plays 100 more games. Probably should like outline these so it's like less confusing. Which one of these two players right here do you think is going to be a better player in 3 months? The player who got to his peak and then just said, I'm done, I'm not playing anymore? Or the person who got to their peak, even though they were 0-2, and decided to play more? The reality is you have to lose. You have to be okay with losing. And it's fine if you don't want to do this, okay? You don't have to get good at the game very fast. You can play slower. And you don't have to push yourself as hard. But if your goal in this game is to go from the bottom to the top as fast as possible, or not even as fast as possible, if you want to go from the bottom to the top just fast, you have to be okay with losing games like this. You have to be okay with pushing yourself to lose. That's the goal. Your goal isn't to steamroll every single opponent you find in X-Rank. Your goal is to get to the point where you literally can't perform anymore. Where the people at your rank are beating you. So you can adapt and you can watch your replays and you can see what you're doing wrong. There's people I see in this community that don't even watch the replays either. I'll see people play an entire X-Rank rotation, say their teammates suck, and that this game is terrible, and that they're quitting, and they didn't even look at any of their matches. They didn't look at a match they won. They didn't even look at a match they lost. You're losing out on all of this extra stuff when you don't do this. You have to be willing to lose in order to get better. Because if you're only winning, you're not learning anything new. When you lose, you get your fundamentals of the game challenged. Whatever you did didn't work. And you got to learn why it didn't work. And what the other team did better. And that's what this higher level matchmaking is there to help you do. And it's not going to be easy. And it's probably not going to be fast either. To finish this off, I want to show 2 X-Rank sessions that I have. And so I'm gonna head over to Splatoon and I'm going to show you. So for some context, I'm in the North America region. I'm in Tennessee. Because I wanted to get, and this is my main goal, I wanted to get top 500 in both tower control and splat zones. Because I want the trophies for my locker. If you look at my locker right now, I have the Rainmaker and the Clan Blitz ones. That's why I want the zones and the TC ones. I already have the other ones. I want to make like a Jenga tower in my locker with them. I posted this on my Blue Sky, which I have now, by the way, if you want to follow. It might be where like most people are coming from for this video. And I got to 2443. Alright. And with all the JP players gone, that could very well be enough to get top 500. As funny as that is. Last season it was like 26. But there's so many less players now that 24 might actually be enough. But I decided to keep playing anyways, because I wanted to push further. I played a series. I played these first 2 games, and I lost. I'm 0-2. It would be so easy to say right now, I'm done. I'm not playing anymore. Because what happens if I play another game and I lose? I'll lose 75 points. With all that in mind, I play again anyways. And I lose. Minus 75. I decided, you know what? I'm going to play another series. Because I feel like I didn't even play that bad. I play another game. I lose. I switch back to Range Blaster. I lose again. And at this point, I've already lost so many points. There really is no point in just, waiting. Because I'm not going to be top 500 if I wait with this power. So I play again. I play the worst game I play this entire rotation. And it feels terrible. And I lose again. Another minus 75. I went from 2440 to 2290 in 6 games. And this specific scenario, right here, is the reason for so long that I never pushed much above my peak. because I was always worried about this specific thing happening. I'd lose all my points from a bunch of games, a bunch of which didn't even feel like my fault. And this is why I never pushed. I was afraid of this happening. I keep playing. And I win a game. And I win another game. And then I win a third game. Plus 75. Play another game. I win. Good start. And then I lose. And then I lose again. I'm 1-2. And I play 2 more games and I end up winning. So, I play again. And I lose. Again, it's so easy to say, maybe this could be top 500 still. Maybe 24-25 would end up as top 500. But I decided, you know what? I could probably get more points than this. So I play again. And I end up reverse sweeping this series. I started this rotation losing 6 games in a row. And then I came back to get 24-50. And that's not even the main part of the story. Because I played the next drop. I played 3 games in a row. I won the series. 3-0. Plus 75. I'm at 25-25. I play another one, I lose. And then I win 3 more, back to back. I'm at 25-55. I play another series. I win a game. And then I lose 2. After I kind of reset myself, I keep going. And I get 2 more wins to win another series. I'm at 25-70. The last rotation I played, I was thinking about sitting 0-2 on 24-43. And now, I'm at 25-70. 30 wins out of 2,600. Because instead of saying, oh, I'm done, I decided to keep going. And keep trying. And keep pushing. I'm just going to spoil it now. I didn't win the next series. I didn't get to 26. This was a DC game. And then I lost 2 in a row. And I wasn't able to reverse sweep. I was 1 game away. But unfortunately, this team was just way better than us. I'm at 25-38 with 2-2. And I'm going to play again. Because even though this is definitely top 500 at this point, that's not the point. Win or loss on this game, I'm going to play more anyways. If I win, I'll play more. If I lose, I'll play more. It doesn't matter to me. Because at the end of the day, these points don't really matter. The practice is what matters. Stop playing X-Rank to try and farm points. Play X-Rank to improve. Points will come as a product of improving at the game. Second thing is, if it's early in the season, and you're 0-2, unless your peak is like super high, like 3,200, just play. It's not worth it. You have 3 months to grind your points back. And if you can get it once, you can definitely get it again. And third thing is, even if it's the end of the season and you're at your peak, don't leave it 0-0. Don't leave a series with 0 wins and 0 losses. At least try, you know? You get 2 losses to play around with. You could be at your peak and think, oh yeah, I'm not getting better than this. But play 2 games anyways. If you lose 2, then whatever. You tried. But if you win 2, then you could just win another game and bam, now you have even more points. Now you can get even higher. Very random video. Not the first video I expected to upload on this channel, but I hope it was enjoyable.
It's just that the better you get in the game, obviously the people that you're gonna be facing, they're gonna get better. But that's the thing, like, you know, if you get better, you're gonna be more like, if you play against better players, you're gonna learn how to play within that style, you know.